All right, let's talk about a company that's quietly changing the franchise game. We're going to break down how Blooming Blinds is basically redefining franchise ownership and honestly, why so many other founders are still stuck playing catch up. Today, we are diving deep into their playbook to figure out how they managed to turn a super simple idea into this AI powered national force. And this quote, man, this gets right to the heart of their entire philosophy. The difference isn't just what they sell. You see, they're not in the business of just moving window coverings. Nope. They're in the business of building these incredibly scalable, tech-forward local businesses, right from the ground up. So what is it that makes this franchise so different? Well, it really starts by completely flipping the traditional model on its head. Okay, so think about the old way, the traditional franchise model for a second. It's almost always about selling a product. You're renting someone else's tech, and a lot of times success really depends on the owner's personality, their charisma. Blooming Blinds, they took a completely different path. They don't just sell a product, they sell a complete system. They build their own AI. And their model is driven by process, not personality, which is what makes it so replicable and keeps that overhead way, way down. Now, this sophisticated system, it didn't just appear overnight. Not at all. Its roots are in a classic entrepreneurial story that starts, like so many great ones do, in a family garage. So let's just trace this journey for a moment. It all kicks off back in 1993 with the founder, Karen McGuffin, starting a little repair hustle out of her garage. Then, her sons, the Stewart brothers, they take that foundation and they make it official. They launched the franchise model in 2014, and by 2021, man, they just hit the accelerator, which leads us to where they are right now, a national brand with over 115 units, and every single one of them is running on that powerful AI platform. And this, right here, is exactly why the model is so darn attractive. It's literally engineered to be lean and efficient from day one. You're home-based, so no need for retail space. You have zero inventory because materials are ordered per job. You can launch this thing in as fast as 45 days. And the margins on repairs? We're talking nearly 100%. See, this isn't just a business, it's a meticulously designed growth machine. Okay, now let's talk about the secret sauce. The operational advantages we just mentioned are huge, for sure. But what truly, truly sets them apart and creates this massive defensive moat around their business is their deep commitment to proprietary technology. It's called Bloomscale. And I want to be really clear here. This is not just some piece of software or a CRM that they bought off the shelf. No way. You really have to think of it as this central nervous system for the entire franchise network. It literally touches every single part of a franchisee's business. So what does Bloomscale actually do? Well, it's a complete ecosystem. On the marketing side, it's running personalized campaigns and handling advanced SEO. For operations, it's automating all that tedious scheduling and routine stuff to free up the owner. It even analyzes customer data to anticipate what they'll need next, and it powers these amazing individualized training programs for employees. It's the whole shebang. And this is the part that truly matters, so listen up. Building your own AI instead of just renting it means you are in complete control of your own destiny. You're not vulnerable to some other company's random price hikes or strategic shifts. Instead, what you're doing is building a proprietary asset that learns from your data. And that creates a competitive advantage that just gets stronger and stronger every single day. All right, all this theory about systems and AI sounds amazing, but you're probably wondering, does it actually work? When the rubber meets the road. Well, let's move on to the numbers and see exactly how this playbook translates into real-world performance. Let's start right at the top line. For franchise owners who are operating more than one van, the average total sales figure is over $1 million. Let that sink in. That is an incredibly powerful number, and it is stone-cold proof of this model's scalability in action. But hey, revenue is only half the picture, right? What about profitability? Well, the average adjusted earnings come in at nearly 18%. And that shows the system isn't just about driving a ton of sales, it's about creating real, sustainable, transferable value for the franchise owner. And here's a strategic advantage that is, well, it's almost impossible to replicate. Blooming Blinds is the exclusive national mobile repair provider for Hunter Douglas. And if you don't know, that's one of the biggest names in high-end window coverings. This single partnership drives a constant stream of high-value customers right to their franchisees and totally validates their expertise on a national stage. It's a massive, massive advantage. Okay, this brings us to the final and I think maybe the most important takeaway from the entire Bloomin Blinds playbook. Seriously, this is a philosophical shift that I think every single entrepreneur out there needs to understand. I want you to really think about this question for a second. What makes a business truly scalable? Is it just having a great product? Is it having a super charismatic founder? Or is it something deeper, something that's actually built into the very DNA of the business? Here's the answer, plain and simple. A business that relies on one person's talent or their personality, it will always, always have a ceiling. But a business that's built on a refined, repeatable, technology-driven process, that can scale almost infinitely. The success isn't dependent on who is running it. It's dependent on the system that they're running. That's the key. Ultimately, this playbook shows us that sustainable success is never an accident. Bloomin Blinds didn't just stumble into over 115 units by getting lucky and finding 115 charismatic salespeople. No, they got there by meticulously engineering a model that makes success the most likely outcome for basically anyone who runs the system. And that's the question I want to leave you with today. Look at any business, maybe even look at your own. Is it built to run on the talent and personality of a single person, or is it truly engineered for scalable growth? Because if the Bloomin Blinds playbook teaches us anything, it's that building the system, well, that's the most powerful growth strategy of all.